Yeah. Belly button fluff.
Yeah, on the outside.
Yeah.
I thought it was a dirty mark. I got really worried. I love white t-shirts. And I hate white t-shirts at the same time.
I stopped wearing white t-shirts when I hit about 14, 15. Because I went for a trend of wearing a white t-shirt always on the same night. We ate spag bowl.
That's part of the reason why I hate white t-shirts.
Yeah.
Because I like white t-shirts. I love the way. I like the brighter look. But black is more slimming. White definitely makes me look more like I've got boobs. Black is more slimming. But also, I can do nothing that has any stain-based value whatsoever. Wear a white t-shirt for a day and be like, "Where's this come from?"
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's why you never have white carpets.
Especially with children. We have cream carpets. You know that.
I know.
Fucking house. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us on what is actually, down here at least, a fine Thursday afternoon, Jay.
I think Liam's mic is off.
Why do people keep muting it? I'm going to punch someone.
Why did you not check?
Because when I take it off on Tuesday, I don't mute it. So when I pick it up on Thursday, it shouldn't be muted. Should it?
You put the batteries in.
That's true. That's true. What you're saying is I should stop doing your job.
I don't have a job.
You do. The only thing you have to do to get ready for these is put batteries in the microphones.
No, I'm the talent.
That's true, Jay.
I just turn up, I get fed. I'm like the big fat blob guy on the back of the Headlights Celeste, like tram with the big umbrella.
If there's one time where I'm never going to ever argue with you, it is the sentence, "I'm just a talent."
I'm just the talent.
That is the one sentence, Joe, I will always agree with you on.
Yeah. I don't touch things because they break.
We're talking about white t-shirts, chat. That's what we're talking about. So I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry my mic was off. Yours would have picked it up a bit, though. So
Too much echo?
No, I think he's talking nonsense.
I don't know.
No, we're fine. We're good. Anyway, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine Thursday afternoon. And what I was saying was, it is in fact here a fine Thursday afternoon. I can see out the window. It's beautiful blue skies and sunshine.
Yeah.
And we're sat in here talking to you lot.
With the aircon, though.
We do have the aircon on.
Aye.
And we did just walk to the shop and back to get our salad lunch.
Yeah.
Proud of you, Joe. You'll notice no monster. Salad lunch. Coke Zero. Proud of you, Joe. He's doing well.
It's all right. I've got monster in the fridge for tonight.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You were doing so well. Proud of you, Jay. We took a walk and I was a bit moist when I got back.
Yeah?
Not as moist as yesterday. Yesterday, I did a big stomp around London with the kids and the wife, and we could have made many batches of bull soup yesterday.
Yeah?
It wasn't pleasant.
It was like... Oh.
You think when I got ready for my shower, you could have wrung my trousers out.
Oh, that's hot.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't already, please make sure you smash all of the magical YouTube buttons for us. Hit that like if you enjoy the content and you come for the unprofessionalism so far that is many Liam and Joe shows where at least one of us is muted at the start. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Stop clicking unsubscribe, you fuckers, as well. It's free. It's literally free.
People don't like change. I've told you this already.
Just literally free, people. All right? Stop fucking unsubscribing.
Yeah, because obviously we do it at 40k, and then we instead of taking away a show, we gave them an extra show about Age of Sigmar, and they're like, we don't like new things.
On a week where we have maximum number of live streams, we're doing 7 live shows. Yeah. If we don't do that, that's either because there's something I'm doing with the family, which are few and far between. We're just having a couple of in close succession.
What, you got few and far between families?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we just have a couple in close succession right now because Luce is doing this Home Ed Appreciation Month thing. So like Sunday, we're off to Alton Towers with the kids, which means Monday I won't be doing a hobby stream.
Surely she should be doubling down on home ed.
London was education based yesterday.
Yeah.
We went to Westminster. We learned about the politics and politicians and how
crime.
they're all cunts.
Yeah.
We then went to a National History Museum and saw dinosaurs and shit. So it was educational yesterday. And so
white t-shirt, unsubscribed.
And so on Sunday we're taking them up to Alton Towers, and Monday we'll be at Alton Towers, which means I won't be back in time for the hobby stream on Monday. But then, that's fine, apart from there's also no Liam and Joe show that Thursday, because Vince is here to film another saga.
Vince McMahon?
Vince McMahon's here for film another saga. Oh. All the content all the time, right? Which is both amazing, but also I hate missing live streams because revenue, and this month has been a terrible start to the month, Joe. A third of the way through the month, less than a quarter of the normal stroke required revenue.
Yeah.
Less than a quarter. And you can't say thank you because you don't have your iPad, do you, Joe? Where's your iPad, Joe?
Over there.
Why is it over there?
Reasons. The reasons being, I forgot to plug it back in on Thursday. Let me go to my phone. Thank you, Y55, for an amount of memberships. Thank you, Dax Kippy.
Y55, thank you for the 20 gifted memberships. Rosanero, 20, by the way, monumentally huge. Thank you so much for 20 gifted. That's incredibly generous.
Oh,
Rosanero then comes in with 10 gifted, also incredibly generous. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Dang Skippy and Cornet Ed both gifted 5, Joe.
yeah.
That's 40, but it's not.
This is 41.
Because Brandon, like I say,
Gifted
one right at the start as well.
Yeah. I like to imagine that he whispers his name.
Do you?
Like when he goes to the back, oh, what's your name? Brandon.
Stick Monkey, thank you so much for 5 gifted. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you, guys.
The thing is with the B team, James, is we talked about this a little bit in Thames yesterday. People were like, "Oh, you need to get other people to do talking."
Oh,
heads.
I can do it on here on my phone.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Is that because I'm a mod?
Yes, probably. And people talk about like, "Oh, you need to get other people in." The thing is, for the talking heads content at least, it doesn't really work for a number of reasons. First of all, it's in my home at my desk is where the talking heads happens and how it works. Secondly, I feel like part of the talking heads is because of the way I do talking heads, and I can't teach Joe to be me. It's never going to work, right? So don't feel like that one works. Also, part of what makes Talking Heads great is Luce being there. If Luce is there, I'm probably there anyway, so I might as well do the show.
I could dress up as both you and Luce.
I would. I mean, I'd pay for that.
I could get like half-face makeup and just stand like that.
He's in for that one. I mean, I want to see that anyway, Joe. Whether we do it as a stream or not.
Yeah.
And then thank you, Tom, for 5 more gifted.
Oh my God.
That's like 51 already.
The thick.
I can see over there 60-something likes,
68.
51 new members,
197 concurrent viewers.
What's that super chat revenue say there, Joe?
09. That mean a lot.
It means nothing.
Yeah, but we want members on our face.
Evan, thank you for the gifted. You're a legend. Right, anyway. So, today's stream, Joe is containing his excitement right now.
Mainly because I haven't read it.
Because on Sunday, we had the usual... Right, slight aside, bit of a whinge, like rant. It's very frustrating, this, as a creator. So on Sunday, what they do is they go, here's an article, right? Here's everything you can buy next Saturday at 10 a.m. This is what's going to go on pre-order, right? So guess what? Saturday at 10 a.m., the Chaos Space Marine Codex goes on pre-order, right? So everyone in the world is like, oh, so the creators who do preview content, they must have the Codex, right? And then we're going to put out all the preview articles, and we're like, cool, we've got something to talk about. But can we elaborate on them at all, Joe?
No.
So
we haven't even got it.
So we have to... We have. I'm allowed to say that, I checked.
Oh, okay. Yes, we have. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I'm allowed to say I've got it. I just can't... I can't even hold it up about, I've got it, we'll do a review on whenever. I can't even do that. I'm not even allowed to do that. Even though I've got it and everyone knows I've got it. Really weird.
Like the clap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got it. Everyone knows I've got it.
Yeah.
Can't show it off.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to dive into the Chaos Space Marines article today, right? There's one that's already got up on Warcom. I'd imagine there'll probably be another one today because yesterday's wasn't Chaos Space Marines. So I'd imagine we'll get another one today. And if we get to the other one, by the time we finish reading this one, it's already out. We'll read through that one as well. We'll cover everything they've put in the article. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about how we're excited. What we have to do at this point, because of what I've just talked about, Joe and I, is we have to be a bit careful. So if you start asking us questions that are a bit close to what's in the book or do you think we'll see this, we have to be very careful about how we answer those things. You guys all know that we've got the book. Like, let's not beat around the bush. Let's not be silly. You guys all know we've got the book.
I'm always beating off in the bush.
We can't talk about anything that isn't in public domain. And by public domain, we mean Warcom.
I thought I was getting really good at pretending that we haven't seen
You're
it.
very good at pretending, but we're fooling no one because we know. There's other things that...
I like that
The
game.
thing is, right, there's other
game.
things where we pretend we haven't seen it and people won't know because we've seen it so far in advance.
Yeah.
But this is one of those things where, like, it's on pre-order on Sunday. And like, well, they're not going to give us the book literally the Friday night before, are they? So we've got it.
They might do.
Have you seen their shipping times? There's no way. No ways at all. Right? No ways at all. Whitey, thank you for the 8 Australian dollary dues. 8 points, 8 detachments, and an £8 increase per box. Minimum. Thank you for the $8, man. What a legend.
Thank you. I can like that. Boop.
I think in English money it's like £2. What does it say?
422.
422, close to £2. Anyway, we have the article ready to go.
It's interesting that stuff from Australia comes to England at the correct exchange rate.
What do you mean?
Doesn't go so much the other way, does it?
There's not. If you're in England, you'll see a 3 to 5% increase. If you're in Australia, you probably add a 0 to each of those numbers.
Yeah.
Anywho,
And a lung.
we do have a. Boop.
I think it's hard enough
Yeah.
living in Australia when everything there is designed to kill you. I'm part Australian. I'm never going there.
Are you?
Yeah.
Legitimately.
A large quantity of my family all got deported
For crimes they did not commit.
for crimes they probably did commit.
Yeah.
And then some of them afterwards went over to New Zealand, started the first bus company in New Zealand.
Shut up.
Yeah, thanks. It's a book about everything. And then the rest stayed in Australia. So like my dad, my aunts, uncles, all Australian.
James Gascoigne, Paul Gascoigne's son. Thank you very much for the gifted membership.
Gascoigne!
Gascoigne.
Are you ultra violent like your daddy?
I actually need to do this. You've got your phone up now, haven't you? You can read them all. I can stop doing this now. I can stop reading it out as it comes through.
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue at the moment, right? I reckon for at least the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna get excited about every single fucking member that gets gifted because we're very far behind right now for the month. Very far behind for the month. Like rent's coming. Anyway, we're not about that. We're talking about Chaos Space Marines today. That's what
Sick Monkey, they aren't going to give us the book the day before, are they? That's a bold claim there, Mr. Dempsey.
actually, it's a very bold claim because they've in fact done that before as well. So yeah, one day they'll do that, and I'll be like eating my words.
Thank you, Alunarunarunaroo. Time for Jeff to struggle with my YouTube name. Thank you. Ularunaranare.
Oldanra.
Ulanaroo? A hula hoo?
Right. So, Warcom.
Thank you.
7th of May, officially 2 days ago, Tuesday, when we were doing the OS show, came out this article. So, obviously, on the Sunday, they'd already told us that we are going to be seeing Codex Chaos Space Marines, right? What can the new Codex Chaos Space Marines detachments do for you, Joe? Look at him, chat. Look at him there. Are you nervous? Why are you pretending to be nervous, Joe? You've seen the whole thing. Let's cut right to the chat. We have
all that time at not going to acting school. Down the plan.
Look, Liam got it. See, nailed it. Right.
Yeah.
Let's cut. The one thing that YouTube streaming has done for me is helped me pronounce people's names and things and other things.
Aulana Rao.
Yeah. Let's cut right to the chase. Codex Chaos Space Marines is coming out soon, and it has 8 detachments in it. 8. Aside from being one detachment for each point of the Chaos Star, this glut of army options allows you to pattern your heretical warband after some of the most notorious forces in the galaxy, from Traitor Legions to piratical renegades. Now, people have said 8's too many, but 8's actually, if you think about Space Marines, right, their main codex has 7, and every supplement has 3,
Million.
which means if you play Blood Angels or whatever, you're actually going to get access to 10.
What?
So 8 isn't actually that bad.
Wait till the Space Wolf detachment, the Space Wolf book comes out.
Mr. Sven Holio, thank you for the gift of membership.
Thank you.
You're amazing. Mike's Tabletop, say thank you to Mr. Sven Holio, who is a sexy bitch.
I do like that Australians call koala bears drop bears.
Drop bears, yeah.
Like some like ODSTs.
Yeah.
Or like or bombs.
That means there's a lot to get through in our usual preview. So today we're going to try something a little different and answer a few burning questions Chaos Players asks us all the time through the medium of rules reveals. This is interesting.
Okay.
I'm interested at this point to see how many questions, potentially between us at least, we've asked in the past before this article
And how
comes
many
out.
of them are just made up to fulfill a questionnaire?
Yeah. Right? Dear Warhammer community, I want my Chaos Space Marines to get right up in the faces of the Imperial lapdogs as fast as possible. Which detachment should I choose? Never heard anyone ask that one. Never, that's a bullshit question. Never been asked.
I've never referred to anyone as a lapdog.
No. Many servants of the Dark Gods are content to run screaming across the battlefield with chainswords whirling, and while we commend their enthusiasm, a more considered approach can get your fighters closer quicker. The Deceptor's detachment, for instance, is modelled after the Alpha Legion and their sneaky cells of clandestine operatives. These masters of misdirection can give a select few troops the infiltrator's ability, allowing them to creep close before battle begins.
Which is banging.
If that rule seems a bit quiet and fiddly, the Renegade Raiders detachment throws caution to the wind by giving your guns the assault ability. You can avoid losing out on firepower while charging down the barrels of Imperial defense lines as your Raiders and Reavers advance towards the enemy with reckless abandon. Who are we thanking, Joe?
Ubi004.
004. Yeah.
Thank you for 20 gifted memberships.
20 gifted memberships.
Clearly not related to Ubisoft because they don't give money to anyone.
What's happening today?
I know, they're all coming out of the woodwork.
We might actually be able to feed you for next month as well, Jay.
Thank you, Ubi. And thank you, we've done Mr. Sven Holio, if you want to give to membership.
Yeah, you people are amazing. Thank you for 20 more gifted.
I hope that next time you try and put a USB anything into a computer, you get it right the first time without even looking.
No one does that, Jay.
No.
That would be a magical moment.
That would be crazy, wouldn't it?
No one does that, even if it's USB-C.
Honestly, the amount of times I've got to stick it in, so it's gone kunk at a weird angle. I'm like, what is this?
Thank you so much for 20 gifted. That puts us on 74 already. You people are insane. I love you. You're amazing. What I'm not going to do is sit here and whinge and blame you all for bad monetization. If that all seems a bit... Oh, we've read that bit already. Detachment rule. Masters of Misdirection.
Yeah.
Right, is the Alpha Legion one, Jay. What are you laughing at?
Smoke bombs.
In the declare battle formation step, you can select a number of Legionnaires and Cultist mob units from your army. Until the end of the battle, these units and any character units attached to them, excluding epic heroes, have the Infiltrator's ability. The maximum number of units you can select in this way depends on the battle size, as shown below. SDJ, thank you for the gifted, you're amazing. And Tonebone, what a great name. Welcome to Yard here. What's happening? We might break the record with you here for a change.
That'd be amazing.
I mean, it's not going to happen, I'll be honest. I love you dearly, but it's not going to happen.
It's not that time of night where John McArdle and Ginger Steve are drunk.
So so if you are playing Strike Force, because that's what everyone plays, up to 3 Legionnaires units and up to 3 Cultist units. I read that as an and, not an or. So you get 6 units if you have enough in Infiltrate.
Which is mental.
It's mad good.
By the way.
It's mad good.
That Legionnaires are... People don't really run them. Everyone's kind of gone to Chosen.
Yeah.
But I think Legionnaires are very good.
Okay.
Right? And if they were to keep their rules, they'd be very, very good. I prefer pretending I don't know. I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
Legionnaire squads shouldn't be poo-pooed on. Little 5-man squads, just like kind of creeping up close, quite nice. Having 3 units of cultists, by the way, as move blockers, right? If you go up against Orc player, it's like, cool, here's 30... Or...
Can you currently take cultists as 20-man bricks as well? Is that a thing you can do?
I've honest to God, never taken a unit of cultists in like 3 editions. Hang on.
I'd be interested
to know. So Warhammer 40k app.
And it says cultist mobs, but do Accursed Cultists get the cultist mob rule?
No, because they're called cultist mob.
Oh, are they? Okay.
It's the actual unit name. Unit composition 10 to 20, yeah.
So you can take 60 cultists.
Yeah, so you can flood the mid-boards with 60 cultists. You'd be like, cool, orcs, wog into that.
Exactly.
Have fun. Yeah. It's like, cool, I've got 18 meganobs. Cool, you can't kill 60 cultists.
No. I like it. I'm into it. Yeah. I think it's kind of cool. It's very Alpha Legion as well. I like it.
Yeah, I really like it. It's strong. I like it so much, in fact, when I was at Warhammer World the other day, because obviously I was trying to add units of all the legions into my army, I got the Alpha Legion Heresy upgrade to proof for the heads, yeah.
Raiders and Reavers, ranged weapons equipped by Heretic Astartes models from your army have the Assault ability, and each time a Heretic Astartes model from your army makes an attack, the target's unit within range of an objective marker improve the AP of 1. This is fucking huge.
Massive.
That's really good. That's every Heretic Astartes unit in your army gains Assault, which means they can advance and shoot without any penalty.
Yeah.
Every single one. And even if you haven't advanced and shoot, if you're attacking something in range of an objective marker, you gain AP. That is fucking monumental.
Well, just imagine, right, units of Terminators advancing and shooting with combi bolters.
Onto things and objectives.
That can actually kill things now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, which is massive. Like, guys with bolt guns that have literally never been able to hurt a fly can actually start to put pressure on things like custodes.
And let's be honest, right, in seriousness, that often the things you want to kill are the things on objectives because you're stopping your opponent scoring primary points. You're also stopping them potentially doing secondary things with things like cleanse and all that kind of stuff. You just get to clear off objectives now. The extra AP, I think, is actually probably a slightly bigger thing there.
Someone in chat just said, and I didn't think about this, right? It also includes combat.
Yeah. It's massive, Jay. It's huge.
It's huge.
So attack. It just makes an attack.
So, like, chainswords go into AP 2. Terminator's going to AP3.
It's really big. This is an incredible detachment rule.
Abaddon, AP5.
This is an incredible detachment rule. Zodiac, thank you for 5 gifted. I think I missed. Oh no, we didn't miss one as well.
Zodiac was 5.
Does that say 81, Jay?
Yeah, 81 seconds to go.
I think this is a really strong. I mean, obviously, you guys haven't seen. We haven't seen. Well, let's all pretend it's easier. We haven't seen the enhancements or the stratagems yet, but that as a detachment rule alone is really, really good.
Massive.
I think it's really, really good. Even go back to cultist mobs, right? Cultist mobs go to AP1 in combat on objectives.
Yeah.
Right? And it doesn't have to be. The other thing as well is targets a unit within range of an objective marker. They don't even have to hold the objective. Just have to be in range. If one of their models is towing onto that objective, guess what? Here's my extra AP.
Do you know what became good all of a sudden?
What's that, mate?
Gatling cannons.
Yeah.
8 shots at 0 AP going to 8 shots at
1 AP.
1 AP.
100%.
I've got 2 units out back.
Really, really good. So there's 2 detachment rules that I'm actually a big fan of. I like them both. I think they're cool.
Yeah.
And they seem narrative as well, right? Dear Warhammer community, my pathetic mortal cultists are an embarrassment at the War Council, and the other Chaos Lords laugh at me. How do I make them better?
No one's been saying that since Accursed Cultists.
No, this is. I'm feeling like
that's a lie.
These are lying questions.
Yeah, because every time you see tournament Chaos armies are just full of cultists.
Yeah.
There.
We've all been there. Luckily, the Chaos Cult detachment has plenty of tools for turning weedy devotees into certified corn pleasers. The detachment rule allows your damned units to show their desperate devotion by racing into battle. It's perfect for getting your relatively fragile hordes into close combat where they can tie up enemy firepower. As we all know, a few dead mortals along the way is an easy price to pay for victory.
They say weedy, right? But have you seen the cultist models?
They're pretty haunch, aren't they?
They're jacked.
Yeah.
Right, you look at the ones for corn.
They make fucking Boxy look like Eddie.
Yeah.
Once you've sacrificed a few models on your way to the fight, the incendiary goad becomes a great enhancement that boosts the ferocity of the favoured survivors. Coupled with the infernal sacrifice stratagem, you can turn regular cultists into outright murder machines, each swinging 4 times at strength 5. Hilarious for catching out overconfident foes who think their space marines are safe from mere rabble. Okay, so here's the enhancement and the detachment rule, etc. So we're going to do the detachment rule first, right? Desperate Devotion is the detachment rule. Each time a damned unit from your army with the Dark Pax ability, the Dark Pax obviously stay, is selected to make a normal or advanced move or declare a charge, excluding units that arrive from reserve this turn, it can make a Desperate Pact, see below. If it does, until the end of the phase, add 2 to the move characteristics of models in that unit, and add 2 to charge rolls made for that unit. Desperate Pacts. Each time a unit makes a Desperate Pact, it must take a leadership test. If the test is failed, that unit suffers D3 mortal wounds before any effects of that Desperate Pact are resolved. And then you've got, so basically, it takes Dark Pacts, but gives you extra packs.
Yeah.
Very cultist, very sacrificial, very chaos worshipy.
Yeah.
So you'll do a Desperate Pact if you want +2 to your charge move. You're getting your +2 to your charge move. You charge in. You can then do a Dark Pact to do whatever Dark Pacts do in the current version, sustained or lethal hits. And then you might lose fucking 6 cultists doing this. If you fail both leadership checks and you do maximum mortal wounds as per current Dark Pacts and this Desperate Pacts, you lose 6 cultists.
Yeah,
but also, if you fail the test, you just lose 3. You still get the +2 move and charge like current Dark Pacts, which is good. I like it.
It's banging.
It's very good, yeah. Incendiary Goad, which is the enhancement, Dark Apostle or Damned model only, while the bearer's unit is below its starting strength, add 1 to the strength characteristic of melee weapons equipped by damned models in that unit. And while that unit is below half strength, add 1 to attack characteristics of those weapons as well.
I don't think you'll get the second. It's when when the bearer's unit.
Yeah.
Because the problem with cultists, they're either at full strength or they're dead.
Maybe.
I don't feel like there's ever a time where you're like, oh, I've got 1 or 2 cultists bombing around. And once you get to like 2 or 3, right, you're probably not Dark Pacting then either, are you?
Each time you select to make a normal move, advanced move, or declare a charge till the end of the phase. Oh yeah, so if Desperate Devotion, you want to get +2 to move and +2 to charge, you've got to do the Desperate Pact twice. Someone's pointed that out in chat, I didn't realise that. So it's not do it once at the start of the turn, and you get it for the turn. If you move, and you want to get to +2 inches, do a Desperate Pact. If you charge and you want plus 2 inches, do a Desperate Pact. When you get into combat and you want sustained or lethal, do a Dark Pact.
Yeah.
Narratively, though, I love it.
Yeah.
I legitimately love it, right?
And so the power is blowing
This sounds
heads
interesting.
off.
Dark Apostle. This obviously means Dark Apostles could you join units of 20 cultists. Or you can get your Dark Commune in with a unit of 20 cultists. That's a lot of bodies to chew through.
I should probably get some cultists painted at
You should.
point.
We've got some at the back. But now this kind of makes me want to do like a sort of word berry type army.
I've got a bunch of the Blackstone Fortress cultists, Traitor Guard thing, which you just use them as cultists anyway.
Infernal Sacrifice, a single of your finest command points, which happens in the fight phase. You target a damned unit from your army that has not been selected to fight this phase. That unit can then make a Desperate Pact. If it does, your unit suffers D3 mortal wounds, in addition to any suffered for failing the resultant leadership. Okay? And until the end of the phase, add 1 to the attacks characteristics of melee weapons equipped by models in your unit. If you did not fail the resulting leadership test, when making a Desperate Pact until the end of the phase, improve the strength characteristic of those weapons by 1 as well. It's good, isn't it? It's really good. What I like to think at the moment, right, is a unit of 11 cultists, okay?
Yeah.
And then you do this, and you pass. And you get +1 strength and +1 attack.
Yeah.
And you do this, and you get another +1 strength and +1 attack. And then you do your Dark Pact for sustained, and you lose 2, and you go below half strength, so you get your extra attack there as well. There.
Yeah.
You end up with like 5 attack cultists at strength 5.
I think you're probably going to see them a lot.
Dear Warhammer community, I have no idea what I want my warband to actually do besides kill, maim, or burn. Is there anything that could boost up my regular legionnaires and let me stay flexible on the battlefield? No one's asked this question either. These are bullshit questions, but I'll take it. Absolutely, and not just because the Slaves to Darkness detachment is returning from the index with the snazzy new name Pact Bound Zealots. The new Veterans of the Long War detachment also leans into supporting your warband with rules that hearken back to the back to the originals and disciples of Space Marines, namely being pretty good at bringing down just about anything. Black Crusade is a stratagem. Veterans of the Long War is a detachment. You do it in your movement phase for a single CP. 1 Heretic Astartes infantry unit or Heretic Astartes mounted unit from your army. No one's taking bikes, we ignore that. Excluding damned units, so no cultists. Until the end of the turn, your unit is eligible to shoot in a turn in which it advanced or fell back, and bolt pistols, bolt guns, and combi bolters equipped by models in your unit have the devastating wounds ability, while your unit has not already inflicted 6 wounds this turn using that ability. So you can't give a unit with combi weapons who cause devastating wounds do more devastating wounds. Yeah.
But like Legionnaire bolt pistols, for instance, Legionnaire bolt guns,
even the standard combi bolters, though, Joe. Standard combi bolters on Terminators, with a single CP, you can advance, get them into rapid fire range, fire all of them, and get up to devastating wounds up to 6 more. Yeah.
It also means like you could shoot, or you could fall back at. Just having the ability to fall back and shoot with the unit for 1 CP is great, and you could cast devastating wounds as just a bonus.
This here is very badly worded. Because essentially what it means is, like, you have the devastating wounds ability while your unit has not already inflicted 6 wounds this turn using that ability. So I feel like it's like they can do a maximum of 6 more wounds a turn. But they are stopping you from stacking it, I guess. But I don't know how else. I guess if you've got Chaos Space Marine Terminators, for example, some with combi bolters and some with the other ones.
Yeah.
Whatever they're called. And then if you fire the other ones first and do devastating wounds for the anti-infantry 4+ devastating wounds, and then fire combi bolters, you won't get more devastating wounds if you've already done 6.
No.
Right?
Yeah, so if you've got half combi weapons, half combi bolters, you'd have to shoot the combi bolters first using the stratagem to get the 6 mortal wounds off, and then shoot the combi weapons
to get the extra mortal wounds.
To do the mortal wounds on top.
It's a bit of a mess, but I get what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Let the Galaxy Burn, another single CP from the Veterans of the Long War detachment. This is a battle tactic, though, Joe. So potential to do it for free.
Why again? Joe correcting Liam's pronouncement of a word. Lol. Liam is the new Joe.
Banned. Where's the ban button? Your shooting phase, target a Heretic Astartes unit from your army, excluding Tzeentch units specifically, that has not been selected to shoot this phase. Until the end of the phase, ranged weapons equipped by models in your army have the Ignores cover ability and change the attack's characteristic of torrent weapons equipped by models in your unit to 6. I feel like the last part of that is slightly more important than the... Like, who really... Question to chat, who really cares about Ignores cover in 10th edition? Do you?
Most torrent weapons have Ignore cover.
It's... But changing to 6, I can see why they've excluded Tzeentch units, Joe.
Yeah, but I've got 10
9 warp flamers.
Yeah. but the thing is, though, oddly, the only units currently that can take flamers are bikes, raptors.
Not true.
Legionnaires.
Yep. More?
The squad sergeant on...
You're forgetting about some.
Havocs.
You're forgetting about some important flamers here.
Oh, the bird one.
The Lord Discordant has a Bale Flamer. The Heldrake has the Bale Flamer. They're D6 plus 3, I think, currently, and they're 2 damage flamers at -1. So you're going to get, if they're D6 plus 3 or D6 plus 2, you're going to get 8 or 9 auto hits. Strength 6 -1, 2, I think it is. It might be -2, 2. Like, I think this is not that bad.
So who's taking the Hell Turkey? Let's be honest.
I want to. Because I love a Hell Turkey. It's one of my favourite things in the world.
Really?
A giant mechanical flaming dragon. When I used to have the Hell Turkey before flyers were absolute dog shit all the time, I used to run it as often as I could.
I just feel the Hell Turkey is just a bit bonk. What's the hell? Do you ever look at...
Terminator can take 2 heavy flamers.
They can.
12 shots at strength 5 -1/1.
I always forget that Terminators can take guns other than devastating wound weapons, but that's fine.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I think this is cool.
Let's have a look. Where's the Heldrake?
I really want the Heldrake to be good.
Heldrake is 205 points.
He's not worth taking, Joe, right now. I want him to be good. I'm not saying he is good.
He's got move plus 20, range Bell Flamer, D6 plus 3,
Yeah, 9.
strength 6, -1, 2 damage, ignores cover, torrent. In combat, he's got anti-fly 2 plus devastating wounds.
Yeah, I know.
He's got 5 attack.
But he's a flyer, so he can't start on the board either. Is that right?
Yeah, so flyer is...
There's rules about flyers. No one plays flyers.
He's got hover, so he can start on the table.
No one plays flyers in 10th edition, so we don't know. The Black Crusade stratagem, for example, gives your Chaos Space Marines the focus into quick march or drop back from close combat while still blasting away, and even supercharges regular bolt weapons so they can inflict devastating wounds. Combine that with the Let the Galaxy Burn stratagem, yes, we know which War Master named these, and you'll even strip away their cover and boost your flamers. So there's no hiding from the storm of bolts and fire.
I suppose it means that they won't get the +1 save to bolt guns, for instance.
Yeah, I guess.
Which is quite good. Thank you, Tom Mitchell. He says, I have a sudden urge to paint hazard stripes.
Yeah, you do.
I was painting hazard stripes yesterday.
Dear Warhamster community, I am a very strong and cool Chaos Lord, said no one, ever. On an unrelated note, I am looking for an enhancement that will make me more dangerous. Can you help? Why lie? Why say these are all questions that we get? A fairly standard request this, but we absolutely can. If you're dead set on smashing enemy vehicles to pieces, you can't do much better than the Fellhammer Siege Host. Naming for Chaos is always on point. Which gives you the option of weapons forged with Iron Artifice. You'll wound mighty war machines easily with low strength, high attack weapons like the Terminator Lord's Lightning Claws, or you can turn the regular Chaos Lord's Demon Hammer into a real devastating wound dispenser, right? This is an enhancement.
He's giving lightning claws to Terminator Lord.
Well, maybe you will. Heretic Astartes Infantry Millennium. The bearer's weapons have anti-vehicle 4+ and anti-fortification 4+ affinities. So twin lightning claws at that point, right, become good against infantry and actually okay against vehicles, considering that they're probably twin linked as well.
That's true. That is true.
That's a really good strategy enhancement.
Right.
Anti-vehicle 4+ on the Thunder Hammer, by the way. Demon Hammer, hilarious because dev wounds.
Dev wounds proc on 4s then.
Hellbrute with two fists and flamers gets good value with that strat. It does. If you're the kind of lord who enjoys breaking spirits as much as steel, strap on a jump pack and get stuck in with the terrifying Dread Talons detachment.
Oh no, the cock lord.
A set of warp-fueled thrusters will keep you from having to stick around once you've slaughtered your fear-stricken foes, jetting out of reality before descending once more. Okay? I actually still kind of like that model.
I like that pose more than the other one.
Warp Fuel Thrusters. Jump pack Chaos Lord model only. At the end of your opponent's turn, if the bearer's unit is not within engagement range of one or more enemy units, you can remove the bearer's unit from the battlefield and place it into strategic reserve.
That's
not bad.
That's a very good ability.
Yeah, it's strong, isn't it? I like that. I'm a big fan. Of course, the classic Talisman of Burning Blood. Oh, I used to take this all the time. Also returns from the index in all its cornate glory, boosting your skull-taking warlord to potentially ludicrous amounts of strength and attacks, so long as the dice are in your favour.
Not yours.
Is this what I think it is? Yeah, right, okay. Right. Remember the World Eaters Index problem with Masters of Executions, Joe? Okay, good, right. Talisman of Burning Blood. Heretic Astartes core model only. Add 1 to the attacks and strength characteristics of the bearer's melee weapons. Each time the bearer's unit makes a Dark Pact and does not fail the resulting leadership test, roll 1d3. Until the end of the phase, add the result to the attacks and strength characteristics of the bearer's melee weapons instead. No, it doesn't add to the damage, so perhaps not that bad.
Yeah.
But still, it's essentially the same. But you could get +3 attacks, +3 strength.
Yeah, which is very good. Especially on a guy with a Thunderhammer or a Power Fist. Even the Lightning Claws, more attacks is still good.
Tox Trio has already found a flaw in the rules writing. Since the burn strat changes the attack characteristic to 6, wouldn't the D6 +3, which is the current attack characteristic, just become 6 instead of 9? Yes, it probably would, without an FAQ.
Yes, it does.
So it's much shitter. Ignore me, Heldrakes still dog shit. Thanks, Tox Trio, for the 5, you're a legend.
Yeah. Look at you with your grammar.
Just look at you and your English and shit.
Yeah.
With your Euros.
Yeah.
How would you know? We hope these answers have been helpful. The detachment mentioned above are also joined by the Soul-Forged Warpack detachment, who tune up your monstrous machines with Vashtor the Archiphane's dastardly contracts and demon vehicle augmentations. Come on, Vashtor. In fact, you can go ahead and start planning your own Chaos incursion now, as Codex Chaos Space Marines goes up for pre-order this Saturday, alongside the devilish Dread Talons Battleforce and the elite veterans of the Long War Battleforce, Death to the False Emperor. I wanted to buy both boxes. I don't have any money. I wanted to buy both boxes. My idea was I was going to buy both boxes, Joe, keep all of it, buy one of the Chaos Lords and give that Chaos Lord to you.
Banging.
That was my intent.
I do want the Chaos Lords. I have got everything else in that box in spades. Although more possessed, more Terminated is always good.
Yeah, I really wanted to. Hang on, where am I going over here?
What have you done?
No, I've put us on main screen. It's fine.
Oh.
I really wanted to buy both of those. Can I refresh from here? How do I refresh?
There's a little circle up there, isn't there?
There is. Screen. Oh, we have got another one. There we go. We have got another chaos one. We go into in a minute. We'll do that one in just a second. We'll talk about this first.
All right.
So, I mean, so far, the vet's stratagem for the sixes to flame is okay.
Yeah.
Everything else looks okay to good. Nothing there looked terrible or terrifying to me.
Yeah.
The one issue I have, the biggest problem I have of all of what we see, because I normally read this before we do the show anyway, is I thought about the cultist-based detachment, right?
Yeah.
Let's say someone really leans into the cultist-based detachment, Jay. And let's say we see nothing but cultists and accursed cultists and fucking dark communes with a few dark apostles and a couple of elite units across tabletop that have dark packs and dark, whatever the other one's called, right? Dread packs or whatever it is, right? How many leadership checks a fucking turn are you going to have? If you want 2 inches to all your move, 2 inches to all your charge, and sustained or lethals, how many? We already get a lot of leadership checks for dark packs. That's about it. That aside, in terms of the actual narrative for it, I think it's fucking great.
Do you know what becomes good then? Any characters, enhancements, or units that increase leadership.
Finally.
We finally found the use in a really niche example.
I'd imagine cultist leadership is a bit toffee. I don't know what it is at the moment, but I'd imagine it's like 8 or 9. I wouldn't imagine it's like 5 or 6, because that's Space Marines, isn't it?
But if you've got a... Let's have a look on the Warhammer 40k app. Right. So the bog standard leadership of a cultist mob is 7.
So 50-50, pass or fail.
But if we go to the characters, a Dark Apostle is leadership 5.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. And a Dark Commune, leadership 6.
So, okay, so as long as the unit's led, those dread packs, whatever they're called, aren't so terrifying.
Yeah.
Not so bad.
And I'm pretty sure, let's have a look. Currently, a Dark Apostle that's in a unit gives them +1 to wound. They're a chaplain, aren't they?
So if you put a Dark Apostle in Cultists with those stratagems, you could get them to strength 5 with +1 to wound.
Yeah.
That's interesting, isn't it? How as a previous Chaos Space Marine player, now World Eaters player,
Yeah.
that article gets me quite excited.
Yeah,
about Chaos Space Marines.
It all sounds very, very good, doesn't it? Less nervous.
It got me to a point where I was like, I'm enjoying my World Eaters. I love my World Eaters right now. It did get me to a point where I was like, I could be tempted to go for, because we don't have this army specifically. We have Chaos Space Marines, but what we like to do, Joe and I, is theme armies. We don't have, one of the things I'd like to do, because I love painting this colour, is build a Word Bearers army in the future, right?
Yeah.
And I know how much you hate Word Bearers.
Well, I'm adding some Word Bearers to my Chaos army.
So I really, really, really want to add Word Bearers. And I read this article and I was like, I really, really want to add Word Bearers because then I get access to all the standard Chaos Space Marine stuff that I can no longer play with my World Eaters. Because apparently, when you go off and be your own Legion, you lose access to everything you had before. It just gets scrapped.
Yeah. I would feel like World Eaters, out of all of the Legions, would be the ones that have the least amount of all the things.
Why?
They just don't care, do they? They just like yeet stuff around.
So I got really like, I feel like this is something that can get me excited about Chaos Space Marines for a change, rather than just World Eaters.
Yeah, it all sounds good. The Flamer one is cool, because obviously if you've got 2 or more Flamers in a unit, they become efficient then, especially for like cleaning things like screens.
Yeah.
Having +1 AP when targeting units on objectives is very good.
Yeah.
Very good, because a lot of stuff in the Chaos Space Marine book currently has terrible AP.
Well, the other thing as well that's always bugged me, I know this isn't going to get solved, this is the problem that's not going to get solved. The thing that's always bugged me, and this is something that I'm mildly irritated about with 10th edition as well, is the model range. And I know this sounds a bit, because they've had a lot of new stuff over the course of the last few years, but there's just obliterators, 2 monopose plastic models, that's it.
They need, and it comes on 1 sprue with the Venom Crawler.
Yeah. And I don't want to have to buy a Venom Crawler every time I want 2 obliterators. You know, I got sad. I love the Greater Possessed models when they came out. They're not usable now.
Yeah.
Possessed got their own new kit.
Yeah.
Right, and there's just a few
I think they still fit nicely together in a turn. Like, if you put them in the same unit, you could probably...
Yeah.
Like
My biggest issue with Chaos Space Marines models, however, my biggest problem with them, and there's always been my biggest problem with them, and I'm always going to whinge about this, and I fucking hate it, and that is that, oh, you want a tank? Cool. Here's the Imperial version with a sprue of spikes. It just doesn't feel...
Look like you crashed into a park.
I feel like if I want to run anything Chaos Space Marine in terms of standard tanks, Predators, even Rhinos, what I'm probably going to do is buy the new plastic Heresy versions because they look older because they're that old pattern.
All the vehicles in my Chaos Space Marines are all Heresy tanks.
Yeah. And then you also get access to things like the Demios pattern doors, which allowed you to make them World Eaters or Word Bearers or whatever, right? That's something that I think I'd probably do if I was going to be doing another Chaos Space Marine army. But the article looks great, though.
Yeah, I'm really liking the look of it. It doesn't seem broken. There's nothing coming up there going, oh wow, that's a bit overpowered. I think the Cultist mob, right, I know you're excited for it. I felt the Cultist mob was going to be a bit of a...
The Cultist mob will be shit because it's still Cultist.
Yeah.
The one I'm concerned about for power is the Raiders and Renegades, right? Advance and shoot on everything in your whole army, and everything that attacks anything on an objective marker gets an extra AP, could become oppressive.
I think in that detachment, things like Raptors become good. Because they're fast moving.
Warp Talons become interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
What they go to on the charge? They go AP2 through on the charge.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think they'll be strong.
World Bearers and Word Eaters, yes.
And then...
exactly, exactly.
But then things like Predators become good then with the autocannons.
Ooh.
Yeah, stuff. When you start to increase the AP across your army, it starts becoming good. And by the looks of it, it wasn't restricted to one objective.
Your Soul Shatter Last Cannons become AP4. That's quite tasty.
I think it'll be a very strong detachment.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good detachment. I'm almost worried about it, but we'll see. Anyway, let us know what you think, chat. Obviously, you can stick them on big colourful postcards. We're going to go into the second article now. We're halfway through the show. We're going to go to the second article. At the end of the second article, if it's not relevant at the time, we'll go through all the big colourful postcards we've received. We're currently up to date, I believe, aren't we?
Yes.
And so far, chat, we are on 81 of the finest gifted memberships. Thank you so much, you beautiful humans. You are amazing. We love you dearly. I would love to see us hit the target. Normally 100 is for evening shows. I'd love to see us hit that on the Liam and Joe show. Yeah. I would pat you on the head, Joe, and say well done.
Yeah? We only need 19.
We do only need 19. And there's how many people watching? So 320.
326 people. Absolute wangs.
Where the fuck were you all on the game stream?
The working and lurking crew, aren't they? It's easy to watch a YouTube stream when you're pretending to work.
Yes.
Harder when your wife and kids are around.
Screaming in from above, how to turn the Dread Talons Battleforce into a fast and ferocious army. We did Fast and Furious the other day.
Oh.
Fast and Ferocious now, Joe. Okay. I've seen both of the boxes. I've seen them get a lot of criticism. I like both of them.
I like both of them. It took me a little bit of time to come around to this one, but it's good. It's a good detachment. If you like cultists, thing is though, if you buy this box, the Veterans of the Long War box set, and the Start Collecting box, well, not Start Collecting, it's Combat Patrol.
Yeah,
you've got a pretty incredible Chaos army. Then
you've got a good solid.
You've always got like one of everything at that point.
And this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted to do. Again, cost. I can't. This is what I wanted to do to build the word bearers. Exactly that, because I think it's a nice, well-rounded, interesting narrative force of stuff. Anyway, 2 new Chaos Lords are making their mark on the 41st of November next week as their model stuffed battle forces go up for pre-order on Saturday. And one in particular has captured our imagination. The Chaos Lord with Jump Pack cuts a majestic figure for a bloody-handed killer strapped to a rocketish thing. And with his Dread Talons battle force, including both a bodyguard of vicious raptors and hordes of mortal cultists, we wondered how we turn this capable warband into a full-on Chaos Space Marine invasion force. First, let's take stock of what we have. The Chaos Lord with Jump Pack leads 10 raptors in an airborne assault, while a hulking Daemon Prince stomps forward on foot, surrounded by a dark commune, 8 Accursed Cultists, and 10 Cultists. This army gives the army 2 distinct elements to work around, with fast and hard-hitting units launching through the air to tackle key enemy targets, while large mobs of relatively expendable troops hold ground and soak up incoming fire. Our first recommendation is to build the Daemon Prince with its optional wings, so it can support your tougher units in the air rather than mucking about with the rabble. Their flying horror rule works well with the Dread Talons detachment found in the new Codex, as enemies within 12 inches have to subtract 1 from their Battleshock tests that never make any difference, while several of the detachment's enhancements and stratagems improve against Battleshocked opponents.
I fucking hate Battleshock.
Okay, we might have found a bad detachment, Jack.
I hate it. It's so stupid.
I still, to this day, fucking adore that new Daemon Prince model.
That new Daemon Prince model, apart from that face, I hate that face.
I like that face.
I hate
that face. Almost reminds me of the Lord of the Rings gate guy with the big mouth.
I can't.
Why? What is it about it?
It just looks stupid.
I think perhaps the paint job isn't helping.
And then he's got like a weird face, like painted on him, like Spawn.
I like it. I'm into it.
In
the chat, right? 1, if you like that face. 2, if Joe's wrong. No, Joe's right and you don't like the face.
I hate that face. The rest of the models.
1 for me, like the face. 2 for Joe, don't like the face. I think it looks fine.
What matters is the only head in that box set I don't like.
I quite like it.
All the other heads, perfectly fine.
I'm going to build one of my World Eaters one with that face now, just to upset you.
Good.
Yeah?
Good. And then we'll all laugh at you for being
I have
silly.
decided recently I'm taking immense amounts of pleasure and glory from liking and doing things that you don't like. Mouth of Sauron, exactly, Mouth of Sauron. If you put a 2 down, you're wrong and you'll get banned.
Wow. Yeah, any detachment that relies on forcing people to Battleshock 2. See, you're wrong.
Well, I mean, the same person's written 2 like 5 times, so...
You're basic.
I'm right, because chat's wrong, always.
No. What, like, the Tyranids army rule of
Three.
doing the walk, unleashing the hive mind is useless, right? Right. The Dark Angels detachment, but relies on them being battle shocked. Do you know how hard it is to get a leadership 5 or 6 Terminator to be battle shocked? Mm-hmm. And then they get a bonus.
Love it. I think the face is cool. Chat, you're wrong.
So stupid.
Each time this model ends a normal or advanced move, select one immediate move. If you do that move, it must take a battle shock test. That's what your Daemon Prince with wings gets, Jay. Flying horror. Take a battle shock test.
So, the only way this works, right?
Chat's wrong. Unsubscribed.
The only way this works is if you take 3 Demon Princes, you spend the whole time just flying over enemy units in the hope they become battle shocked, right? And then, do you know what battle shocked actually gets you? If you battle shock a Space Marine unit.
Can't use strats.
Can't use strats, right?
OC0.
OC0. But it still gets the benefit of Oath. If it's got a captain or a lieutenant in it, doesn't matter.
Battle shock units shouldn't get abilities from characters.
Yeah, that needs to come in.
Yeah, I think so.
Right? If you're battle shocked, you're too busy shitting your pants to listen to someone in charge.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, 100%. If you're battle shocked, you can't use any abilities from attached characters.
Yeah. I was like, Tau, I'm battle shocked. I can still be guided. I can still advance and shoot, and I still get lethal hits.
Who cares? Who cares? Exactly.
A battle shocked issue. A unit being battle shocked only really affects the game 1 in 100 games.
They're going to suggest we buy a Heldrake here, Joe. The Raptors kit can also be built as a squad of Warp Talons, close combat specialists with extra AP. And while you want to make sure the ones from the box are Raptors, so your Chaos Lord has a bodyguard to protect him, a few additional units of Warp Talons will give you a solid punch against armoured enemies.
That means that the Chaos Lord can't join them.
It means Chaos Lord can't join Raptors by the sounds of things, yeah.
They can't join Warp Talons. Oh.
Here is a Chaos Lord. You could take 2 Lightning Claws, put him with Warp Talons. Of course not. Lastly, no airborne Chaos Space Marine contingent is complete without a Heldrake or 2. I think that's bullshit.
Well, you can only take 2.
These demonic flying machines are the final word in air superiority, with a particular hunger for rival aircraft that you never see because no one takes them because they're shit. As one of the fastest units in the Codex, they're perfect for ambushing vulnerable units with a gout of fire from the Baleflamer or a flurry of razor-sharp claws. It is cool though, isn't it?
It does look cool, right? The Heldrake, right, is a great character sniper. Because you can go anywhere. So it's like, oh, I got my lone op 4-wound Phobos lieutenant on objective. Cool. He's about to get eaten by a giant angry dragon plane.
I like the fact that Battleshock also should not let you claim any secondaries. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Agree. I like that. I like that, Dwayne. I mean, I'm on your team here.
Thank you, Zenith. Zonth. Exynth. Small chance the Dread Talon strats are good on their own and better with Battleshock, but is such a bad mechanic to build around.
Agree.
Going to be leaning on the Raiders attachment with my Night Lords.
I don't think Night Lords players, unless you're just super hyper narrative and you have to take the one design for Night Lords, I don't see you taking this attachment.
Because I painted a bunch of Night Lords, I'm tempted to take that detachment at some point to see if I can make it function on stream.
You keep telling me about
that.
But
I only want to use it versus Brom using Guard.
On the ground, we're particularly fond of the Accursed Cultists. These units can be bulked out to a chunky 16 models, 10 mutants and 6 torments, and with the addition of their new Scout 6-inch and Howling Horde rules, they can actually put on a surprising turn of speed, which lets you stay flexible in the middle of the battlefield. They're also awesome miniatures, which helps a lot, and just kind of revolting monstrosities that a particularly battle-hungry Chaos Lord would love to bring along. I do like the Accursed Cultist models, actually.
They are nice. I'm a big fan of them as models. The drawback is that the idea of monopose cultists annoys me a bit.
Each time an enemy unit has shot. If one or more models from this unit were destroyed as a result of those attacks, this unit can make a horde move. Oh, Blood Surge. To do so, roll 1d6. This unit can be moved a number of inches up to the result, but this unit must finish that move as close as possible to the closest enemy unit, excluding aircraft. When doing so, those models can be moved within engagement range of that enemy unit. The unit cannot make a horde move while it is battle shocked. Blood Surge.
But you can do this multiple times.
Like Blood Search.
Can you do Bloodshot multiple times?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Blood Search with a different name. You know, simplified, not simple. If you want to add a bit of backup firepower at the longer range than your cultists' fairly tragic 12-inch pistols, Traitor Guardsman squads are ideal objective campers. What are they trying to sell here? Who can pack 3 special weapons into their usual lasgun-based loadout. Their Twisted Defense Force ability returns, giving them the benefit of cover when sitting on objectives, and a 4+ save that grants them goes a long way when they're steering well clear of the bloody close combat assaults your other units should be plunging into.
Plunging.
Of course, it's entirely up to you how you... So far, what they've done is they've put together an absolute C-tier dog shit list. So you've got Accursed Cultists, and Raptors, already pretty shit, right? Buy Warp Talons, shit. Add 2 Heldrakes, shit. Add more Accursed Cultists, pretty shit. And then block it out with Traitor Guardsmen, probably shit. I feel like the person who wrote this doesn't know Chaos Space Marines. It's entirely up to you how you put together the rest of your army. Good, because if we were following your rules, it would all be shit. The versatility of Codex Chaos Space Marines gives you dozens of good options. Legionnaires packed into Chaos Rhinos can keep up with your jump pack troops. Chaos Terminators can just teleport straight into the fighting and skip the jog. And Venom Crawlers are shockingly durable for just how fast they can scuttle around the battlefield. Terminators, yeah. Land Raider, which is loyalist one with spikes on it, yeah. Look, these 3 spikes make it chaos. If you're feeling particularly spicy, you can even combine your Talons Battleforce with their sister set, the Veterans of the Long War, and have both of the new Chaos Lords walking in tandem. Their combined entourages cover almost everything you can want in Chaos Space Marine army, and with just a few armoured vehicles for extra flavour, you'll be set, which is exactly what we said we would do. And that's the bit that got the least amount of attention right at the end. Everything they've written in that article, what it does is it tells me Dread Talons detachment, dog shit, because it relies on Battleshock, right? Yeah. Chaos Lord and Jump Pack can't join Warp Talons, can only join Raptors, is a bit sad. Narratively, I kind of understand. Warp Talons are demons, Raptors aren't. I get it, but don't like it, right? And that's about all it's told us. The other thing it's told us is Games Workshop don't know how to write any list at all. It's not narrative fun, Sick Monkey, either. You're wrong. Hold my turd. C is generous.
Right, narrative is fine, right?
That's not even a narrative list, Joe.
That's not a narrative list, no. That's a madman scribbling on the wall, right? But, they've done this for years with Night Lords, where they've tried to make the Night Lords detachment the leadership kind of army. The one that attacks units and then makes them run away.
Yeah.
Much like stealthy armies, doesn't work in the game.
Yeah, agree.
Great narrative, doesn't function in the game.
Narratively cool. If Battleshock meant something, narratively beautiful.
Yeah.
But doesn't work.
It just doesn't function. It's like narratively, Night Lords won't fight an even fight. Night Lords only engage in a fight if they have the superior numbers and the tactical edge. If they don't, they just fuck off. So it'd be like, 2,000 point game, Night Lords ain't playing.
Is this only me, or am I the only person who starts reading abilities, detachment rules, and I see Battleshock and I skip?
Yeah.
Is that me? Sometimes to my detriment. There are occasions where chat will go, you've got to take a Battleshock test. Don't forget about the Battleshock. Oh, fuck. And I'll roll it. I'll fail. I'm like, fuck, I didn't hold
if it was like a weird version of Oath, where they're like, once per game, pick a unit, it's Battleshocked.
Brian Garrett, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, you incredible human being.
Thank you, Brian Garrett. I hope next time you try and put a plug in the wall, round the corner, blind, it goes in first time. You don't just kind of slam it into the wall.
Answering a $2 super chat, the first lot didn't come through, that lot did. So thank you so much for the 2. You're an absolute hero. We love you. That puts us on 86 members, chat. We're 14 away from 100 members at lunchtime on a Thursday.
I know.
Come on, working, lurking crew. I like that name.
I like this. So Jeff says the Night Lord should have the 30k rule where outnumbering improves wounding. Because they're like backstabbing people.
We should do a working, lurking t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a lictor on it. Or a jeans dealer.
We could do like a Von Ryan's Leaper sat at a desk.
Yeah. with glasses on.
Yeah, with glasses on. Working, lurking crew.
Yeah. Right. Message him.
It's another t-shirt idea. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I think the idea is great. It's like the same. I really like Night Lords. And I love Raven Guard. But playing those armies narratively just flat doesn't work.
But do you not, right, here's the other thing as well, okay. I'm going to pivot the topic slightly. It's relevant, but I'm going to pivot the topic slightly. Stick Monkey, thank you so much for 10 gifted. You absolute fucking legend. Thank you for 10.
Thank you, Luke. For one.
You're amazing. Thank you so much. People are a hero.
Yeah.
I'll pivot the conversation slightly. Okay, we talked a little bit on Tuesday about potentially Games Workshop being slightly tone deaf in their approach to things in general, right? And I think most people would agree they are quite tone deaf about the wider world and what's going on. I know a fair amount of people that work at Warhammer World. We've spoke to them. We've been there. I do often think that they live in their own little bubble of Warhammer, which is very different to the bubble of Warhammer that the rest of us play in.
Yeah.
This article, in my personal opinion, continues the tone. Like, people that are excited about Chaos Space Marines, Jay, so you're one, right?
Yeah.
You're very excited about Chaos Space Marines. Now let's pretend for a moment, because it's easier for your little brain. Brother Alan, thank you so much for 10.
Thank you, brother.
Brother Alan, thank you so much for 10. You're amazing. That's over 100 on a Thursday lunchtime stream. You people are fucking incredible. So, right. What was I saying? Okay, so people that are excited about Chaos Space Marines, right? Tuesday, they get their first preview article for Chaos Space Marines. And it gives you that first article that we read. And you get excited. This looks good. I'm excited, right? Other factions at this point would have had 3 to 4 articles out showing lots of different rules out, right? We get the second Chaos Space Marine together today and it's a shit sales pitch. Yeah. That's what it is.
It's like...
Right? Is it not, right? So what we're also going to do on Tuesday, we'll tell everyone that our prices are going up and piss everybody off about how expensive things are. So Thursday's Chaos Space Marine article, we've got 8 detachments in the Chaos Space Marine Codex. 8 detachments, which means we've got 8 times 6 stratagems, Joe. To show you. We've also got 8 times 3 to 4 enhancements, 8 detachment abilities. We've also got a Chaos Space Marine Codex full of data sheets that we can showcase, right? So what we're going to do for the second article, and possibly the last one, unless we get one on Saturday before it goes on pre-order, is we're going to put out a shit sales pitch. And we're going to say, here's a good box, which is not, I mean, out of the 2 boxes, the one with all the cultists in it is the worst one. Here's a shit box. Here's a shit box we want you to buy, and the way we're going to try and get you to buy it is tell you about all these shit units we want you to add to the shit box.
What I find mental about the Dredge Talons box set, by the way, is that I feel like they haven't sold enough. Chaos Cultists are now the new Redemptor Dreadnought. They're just in every fucking box set Games Workshop puts out for Chaos.
I don't...
Right?
But I'd like to see more cultists on Chaos armies.
I know, but... I feel they should have done 3 boxes. If they want to sell cultists, put them in their own cultist box set, right? Dread Talons is about jump pack Lord, right? You've got Flying Daemon Prince. He flies along with the Lord, right? You've got 10 Raptors that goes along with the Lord, right? What I would rather in that box set, not have cultists, have another box set or 2 boxes of Raptors in there, but make them Warp Talons. So you've got 10 Warp Talons, 10 Raptors, Flying Daemon Prince, Flying Lord. Perfect box set to buy. Paint it whatever colour you want.
When you say it like that as well, I also feel like there isn't enough flying stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't have enough flying stuff in general.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh, put more warp. Like they say it themselves. The next thing we do is add 2 boxes of warp talons. Well, why don't you just put them in there and not put so many cultists in?
Yeah. Where is the...
And the thing is, when it comes to... I'm a person, for me personally with Chaos Space Marines, right? I legitimately think that what I would like to see in general is Chaos armies, and I mean this from World Eaters with Jackals, I mean this with Death Guard and Poxwalkers, I mean this with Chaos Space Marines and Cultists, and 1,000 Suns don't really have the same, but they have the Zangor. Yeah. I feel like a truly narrative, I'm going to get some fucking hate for this, I'm aware, but a truly narrative Chaos Force is a force.
It's a helicopter.
It does. A truly narrative Chaos Force is a force that is typically like beastmen and humans and cultists, and then the Chaos. I feel like a Chaos Space Marine, singular Chaos Space Marine, should be more powerful than a Loyalist Space Marine.
Oh, 100%.
Right? And I feel like if you were like, you know what, Chaos Space Marines come in squads of 3 rather than squads of 5, but they're significantly more powerful, or a Chaos Space Marine can join cultists as a squad upgrade.
Yeah.
Right?
What a lot of people forget, right, is that everyone goes on about, oh, Beyond the Fell-Handed is the oldest Space Marine. Dante is the oldest living Space Marine. And I'm like, no.
Geneva Convention, Joe. New bike kit in that Dreadtalon box would have been lit. 100 %.
Right, they've done a detachment.
100%.
They've done that detachment when they talk about bikes, fast-moving bike units. Where's the new bike? Why have we still got a 20... Why is... right, why are they releasing... old world kits, right, which are newer than that bike kit.
Yeah.
Right?
It's okay, because at least your 10th edition model refresh range was 2 new Chaos Laws you didn't need.
Yeah. Well, no, the jump pack was welcome. He can stay.
Yeah.
But it's just a bit annoying, like, right? They talk about, like, to your point about Chaos Space Marines should be better, right? 90% of Chaos Space Marines that exist within the lore, right? Because I do realize this is a game, within the lore, right? Most of them were around where before all of the Primarchs were found.
Yep.
Originally. Like Abaddon, right? Abaddon, Lucius,
Araman.
Typhus, all first captains of their legion, all fought alongside their Primarch and the Emperor. Right?
Yep.
Right? And all the peoples in their army were there at a time. And yet apparently, like, they've just atrophied for years.
Yeah. Also, not only that around for longer than a time, but also most of these things now, some way or another, absolutely empowered by warp energy and by the chaos gods themselves.
Yeah, they're all full of, like, tentacles and arms and legs.
Here's my Chaos Space Marine, which is literally empowered by the god of Khorne, the god of blood, death, destruction, and war. What's his stat line? Same as a normal Space Marine. Exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Yeah. Khan's died multiple times, come back to life. Each time empowered more by
Please,
Khorne.
chat, Khan upsets me because 1, if you sneeze at him, he dies. And 2, Gorechild, the previous weapon of the Primarch, is AP2.
Yeah, but it got broken, didn't it? And fixed by some dweeb underground.
It's been fixed, Jay.
Okay.
You wouldn't fix him like MT for a bit sharp, would you? You'd blunt them down a bit.
Yeah.
He's a bit dangerous with them, isn't he?
Yeah. So just replace it with a bike chain.
Yeah.
You'll be right.
But yeah, I feel like, do you know what? To the point, like I take your point about adding 10 more Raptors in or 10 more Warp Talons in. I actually would have preferred to see some bike units go in. I think that would have been fun, cool as shit.
New bikes.
Yeah.
Like new scaled up bikes. Don't have to be as big as the
But
Primaris
I feel like for Chaos Space Marines, there's so many things they can do with the model range that they're missing out, right? Wouldn't you like to see, for the Cultists specifically, some kind of like local world vehicle transport thing that isn't a fucking Rhino?
Yeah, like a half track.
Yeah.
Or a
Right?
something
Or like a buggy.
Or like you use them quite a lot in bolt action, but they talk about them in the books all the time. Like they talk about in Heresy as the Cargo 8, which is a transport truck. It's just a flatbed truck with canvas over the top.
I'd love a truck with canvas on for Chaos.
Yeah, literally, or skin, right?
Yes,
but
Joe.
even for guard don't get transported around in chimeras all the time. They get transported around in shit old trucks.
Yeah.
Right. I'd love to see this game. What is it? 30 points. It can move 12 guard. It's got it's got the same stats as a Venom. Right. You can put a pintle mounted Stormbolter on it or something.
Stubber, heavy stubber.
Yeah.
Because it's cultists.
Yeah.
Right? And this is the thing. I feel like, from my perspective, I feel like Chaos armies in general should have more beastmen and humans and that sort of shit in them, Bray herds, etc. Because that's that's the core of a Chaos army nowadays. Because the Astartes in Chaos don't get replaced like they do in Loyalist armies. But we don't have the book in general. The army in general doesn't have either the data sheet or the model infrastructure that encourages it. If you wanted to go into that cultist detachment,
they got the kill team beastmen.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Joe, if you wanted to lead into the proper, like, actual Chaos Space Marine narrative, it doesn't have the infrastructure. If you want to build that detachment, which leads into cultists, you've got cultists, Accursed Cultists, Dark Commune, Dark Apostle. There
was a time many moons ago when you could take Chaos Cultist blobs of like 20, 30, and then you could upgrade the leader to be a Space Marine.
That's what you should. That should have always stayed in.
Yeah.
That should have always been the case. You should be able to take Chaos Cultists and your squad sergeant. You should be able to upgrade to a Chaos Space Marine.
Yeah.
And he should be fucking ninja.
Yeah.
But with fucking 20 toughness 3 ablative wounds around him, trying to keep him
or
alive.
like GC used to do, where they you could put wounds off of the bigger GC stuff onto the shit stuff. So he's literally just picking up cultists and using them as shields.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What do you think, chat? Talk to us. I feel like London is calling me.
The whole city?
I reckon it's the King's Garden Party.
Yeah.
Let's see, London, England. The King's Garden Party is upset. Do you know what this is, actually? I know what this is. I know what that phone number is. Do you want to know what the phone number is, Joe, specifically? Let's hang up on it. It's Southern Electric.
Oh.
They're phoning me back after my little rage at them last week.
You did go a little bit mental at them. Generous. That's really generous. We're on the internet, after all.
Why?
Because they're trying to charge you like 600 quid and saying that you're in debt and they're going to cut off the electric, and then it turned out that you're on credit.
Yeah.
Which is mad.
That's why I shouted at them a little bit, right? That's what happened. You pay £400 now or we'll cut you off. Open second letter. Got 2 letters, right, on the date. Came into the studio last Thursday, I think it was, right? 2 letters on the map. I weren't there the day before.
Yeah.
Okay. Open the first letter. You must pay £408 now or we're going to cut off your electricity supply. I was like, what the fuck? Last week I paid 600 and something pounds.
Yeah.
What the fuck? So I put that one to one side. What's this other letter that looks like it's also from Southern Electric? Open it up. You must pay 300 and something pounds. No talk about cutting electric off. What the fuck? So I read the 300 and something pounds one, which was dated the 3rd of February. And I got it, the 4th of March. I got it on Thursday.
Oh, wow.
So I was already a little bit annoyed at that point. Looked at the other letter, which was dated the 25th of April, which was after I'd paid £600.
Oh.
I was like, how can you send me a letter after I pay £600, 2 days after I pay £600, and tell me that I need to pay £400 immediately or you'll cut off my energy supply? So I phoned them up. I got very angry at them very, very quickly because I had these 2 letters with both 2 different numbers, one from 2 months ago, and they said to the guy on the phone, very politely,
It was so polite.
that I said to him, if you want people to get an urgent message, don't use fucking Royal Mail, because they're useless cunts, right? Because it's true, they are.
This is why we lose numbers, because you get all swearing.
And then I said to him, why do I also have a letter from March? He went, well, postal. I'll refer you back to my previous statement, right? Don't use Royal Mail, okay? Secondly, I was like, one of them tells me I owe £300, one of them tells me I owed £400, and last week I paid a bill that said I owed £600. So what the fuck is it? And he looked into my account and he came back and went, oh, no, you owe £170 or £160. I was like, I owe £160? He's like, yeah. So I said, neither of these. He went, no. So how much do I actually have to pay today? He went, nothing. So why the fuck have I got letters? And at the time, I tried to log into my account, or tried to create an online account. I followed their little link, create an online account, tried to create an online account, it wouldn't let me. It kept going, error, timeout, fucking block, blah, blah, blah. I checked all of my settings on my internet, checked everything. It was nothing to do with me. I got really angry. I was like, so I tried to create an online account to see what the fuck is going on. It doesn't work. And he went, I'll put you through to our technical team. And he put me through to the technical team. We set up the account, that's fine. I logged in, and she wants to be fucking glad she hung up on me. Because I saw that £175 that he told me that I owed them, but it was in credit, Jay. They owe me. Fucking energy companies, robbing bastards.
Yeah. And they say we're in an energy crisis, but they leave all the lights on inside their offices. I bet if you walk past their offices, all the computers have got that little blue light on underneath.
So I got particularly angry with them, and now, so far, I'm getting 2 phone calls a day from their office in London, which is Southern Electric, saying that they want to talk to me.
Really?
Yeah. Motherfuckers. I was very angry at them. I was very angry at some people in London yesterday as well.
Yeah. Less of that.
Yeah, I'm not naturally an aggressive person.
Was it the
Jay.
king?
I was pretty pissed off at the king. Didn't invite me to his garden party.
You could have filled yourself full of orange juice and cucumber sandwiches.
we went to London yesterday, and I was taking the kids to the front of Buckingham Palace so they could see the garden, all that kind of stuff, and we couldn't get to the front of Buckingham Palace. And the reason why we couldn't get to the front of Buckingham Palace is there's lots of posh, pretentious cunts in fucking dress hats and suits on a hot day. What?
Who's got the corgis?
Oh, they've probably been buried with her alive.
Yeah, well, was it like Egyptian times? They just basically threw them in alive.
So we couldn't get there because of all these pretentious people, and we did some Googling and to find out what the fuck was going on, and we discovered it was the King's garden party, right? He has a garden party, and you have to be British to be invited, right? And you have to reside in the UK, and you only get invited to one in your lifetime, right? And you get tea and sandwiches provided, right? And this garden party is 8,000 people. 8,000, Joe.
Oh, imagine the smell of the toilets after that.
They serve 20,000 sandwiches.
20,000 sandwiches to 8,000 people.
Yeah, 2.5 sandwiches each, basically.
I suppose.
Right? They have 20,000 sandwiches, 20,000 slices of cake, and something like 16,000. Or no,
I just ignore the sandwiches straight for the cake.
like 16,000 or 20,000 cups of tea as well. And I wouldn't want to stand there in a 3-piece suit drinking hot tea on a day like yesterday.
Yeah.
I'd be sweating like Eddie waiting outside a place.
Could you just wear could you dress like a schoolboy in the summer with really, really short shorts?
little grey shorts, a little hat? Yeah. I'd look good in that.
Yeah.
So I was already irritated that he didn't invite me to my garden party. And I spoke to the Thanes about it, and they were like, maybe he's more into Necromunda than 40k.
Yeah.
And that's why we didn't get an invite.
Big Horus Heresy fan.
If you're watching, Mr. King Charles, life and soul of the party over here.
Yeah. What do you reckon he'd play?
He'd be a towel player, I reckon.
He would, wouldn't he? Yeah. What do you reckon William would play?
William?
Yeah.
What would William play?
Ultramarines.
Yeah, I feel like that'd probably be...
Him and Gilliman got the same receding airline.
They do, yeah.
Yeah. Harry?
Harry would be...
Krieg.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I reckon you're probably right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's not ask what Prince Andrew would play.
What other Warhammer community posts involving chaos are up there?
I don't think there's any more, Joe.
I swear there was 3.
No, the other one was literally it's coming up for pre-order.
Ooh, Chaos Space Marines in Black Libraries. 5 books will turn something, something, something.
Do we care?
Something, something dark side.
These 5 books will turn the staunchest loyalist into a diehard chaos devotee.
Oh, yeah. We can show the people.
No, I don't think we do.
Oh, Harrow Master. Just really know about Harrow Master. It was on the 299 sale and I missed out on it. Boo.
Night Lords.
Night Lords
Rebellion.
Omnibus. Get that. Banging.
Lords of Silence.
Oh,
read that
sod
one's
that off.
good, yeah. Araman the Omnibus. It's not great, Jay.
These aren't about Araman and Lords of Silence. About books from other legions you can't get hold of.
Do you know what we'll do? We are going to look at this article, but the release for Chaos Space Marines, the build up for Warhammer Community is very, 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 very
all over the place.
typical for Games Workshop with Chaos. We don't really give a fuck about Chaos. Don't care.
I do. It does grip me a little bit.
Dark Elder. I'm not saying a word, chat. Not saying a word.
There's no armies of children, are there?
Emperor's Children.
Oh.
Sunday preview. This is from Sunday. We're going to look at this article. We're not going to read it all the way through, but this is because I want to look at these 2 new box sets that are coming out on Saturday, right? I believe that if you want to start a Chaos Space Marine army and you have the money, buying both of these boxes, 1 each, isn't a bad shout.
No. Actually, Alex says, don't take your frustration out on customer service people. It's not their fault. However, I do find that people in the customer service phone industry don't understand how to use a phone.
There's a couple of things, right? So I get this from a lot of people, right? Don't take your anger out on customer service people. It's not their fault. No, right. Granted, it's not that individual specific fault, but I am angry about something and it needs to go somewhere, and you represent the company that's fucked me around. If you don't like being shouted at because the company that you work for is fucking people around, leave the company. If you then leave that company and that company loses all of its fucking employees because they're really bored of representing a dog shit company, the company starts to struggle, they might actually have to change its practices. Yeah. So the thing is, when you join a customer service team, you cannot sit there expecting it to be daisies and sunshine all day, especially if you work for something like an energy company. You're going to get people angry and complaining at you. That's it. Right, we're going to look at the 2 box sets specifically, because I still think that these 2 box sets are probably one of the best ways to get into Chaos Space Marines army. Right?
Oh, it's great. It's so great.
Here's your Codex. That looks fucking cool, by the way. But even that looks cool.
Yeah, they're both stunning. I really want the limited edition one. I've never had a limited edition Chaos book, but I know that like 30 seconds past 10, it could be sold out.
Yeah. So, but that's okay. This is gonna be amazing. If I can get hold of one, I will. And if you don't get hold of one, and I do get hold of one, I will gift it to you.
You don't have to do that. I mean, you do, but you will make it look like I really tried to stop you.
Yeah.
But no.
So here's the Vets box. This box is better.
This box set
is incredible.
amazing.
So in this box set, you get the new Chaos Lord, who I fucking love, by the way.
He's a beautiful boy.
You get 5 possessed. The only thing I don't like about these possessed is they're kind of monopose, but they are cool models.
Yeah.
Right? You get a box of Legionnaires.
No, that's the Chosen.
Is it Chosen?
There's Legionnaires at the top.
Oh, so you get a box of Chosen and a box of... Fuck me. Yeah. And a box of Legionnaires, and then 2 squads of Terminators.
Oh, so good.
In terms of value for money, if these come out at the same price, it'd be fucking criminal. Because this is incredible.
Two of those, right, you're laughing.
Chosen are good.
10 Chosen, 10 Possessed, 20 Terminators, 20 Legionnaires, and 2 Chaos Lords.
Is it 10 Chosen? I thought it was just 5 Chosen. 1, 2, 3, 4,
it's 5.
5.
Yeah, so no, if you 2 of them. So you get 2 boxes and then 10 Possessed, 10 Chosen. That is the core of an amazing army. Pick up Abaddon.
Yeah.
Bang him in. Don't buy the plastic Terminator Lord. Buy the one from Forge. Buy any of the Terminator Lords from Forge World. Sorted.
Yeah.
Then just fill your boots after that.
Right. This is an incredible box.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible box. Okay. This one it doesn't quite match up. I still like that pose. I know you're not a fan of that particular pose. No. I like it. And don't get me wrong, I love the Dark Commune. Like, here he comes again, Sauron's face. I love the Dark Commune.
That one's great. I love that model.
All right, I like Daemon Prince. I like the new Cultists.
Yeah.
Genuinely. Raptors and Warp Talons, the boxes aren't terrible. They leave a little bit to be desired, but they're not terrible. But if you look at what's in this, and then look at what's in this, these 2 things are not created equally.
No. Also, Chaos Cultists, incredibly well fed. Great gym membership.
Yeah. Like you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredibly well fed.
Got your gym induction tomorrow, haven't you, Joe?
I have, yeah.
It's not just to teach them how to clean it. Yeah. Then you've got the Combat Patrol.
Oh,
so here's the thing, right? If you get one of these, and add this, 10 more cultists, gives you 20 cultists, plus some Accursed Cultists, plus a Dark Commune. It gives you then 10 possessed. It gives you another 10 Chaos Space Marines. You've got 20 Chaos Space Marines. You've got 10 Terminators. You've got Master of Possession, 2 Chaos Lords, a Daemon Prince, 10 Raptors.
So good.
It's fucking great, isn't it?
Really good.
Like, this is one of those rare occasions where, to give them some credit, because we often take the piss out of Games Workshop, to give them some credit, this is one of those rare occasions where you're like, I can buy all 3 of these boxes. I don't really have any duplicates that I don't want. And they all go together and they work.
Yeah.
It's a really good job.
Really strong.
Oh, and he's just a fucking baller of a model, by the way.
He's great.
Look at that for a gym membership.
Do you know how difficult would it be to sit down in a chair, though?
Easy.
You wouldn't be getting in a taxi, would you?
Well, no. They haven't got any transports, Jay. Look at these sexy beasts as well.
They're nice dice.
If you wanted to buy your 16 dice, not 20 anymore. Anyway.
Do you know what's mental, right? Is the 40k dice have gone to 16, and you need to buy 2 sets, but you don't have enough for a rapid-firing unit of models.
Do you know what's really mental? Some people like Eddie.
But I don't understand why 16 is the number they landed on when they've been selling 20 for ages.
Because, what do you mean? Because it's cheaper. Making 20 is cheaper than making 16 is cheaper than making 20. You put 4 less in a fucking box.
Yeah, but charge
more.
It's such a... But you can't rapid-fire a 10-man unit.
Take a fucking Mars bar nowadays, Joe, and compare it to a Mars bar from fucking 15 years ago.
Yeah, but I had smaller hands then. That's not fair, is it?
Is that what you say about your penis? Yeah. I had smaller hands then.
I can't scale up in my head or down. What is this madness?
But it's this whole shrinkflation notion, isn't it? Yeah. Everything is, packets of crisps have less, or chips if you're American have less in them. Chocolate bars are smaller. Everything's going down, but the price isn't. The price is going up.
But I suppose it's great plank, all right? Because if you go, when they release dice packs, they just go, buy 2, got 40, done, right? Now you have to buy 3 packs of dice. Right? 10 Terminators. 10 Terminators on the charge, get 30 attacks, right?
Yeah.
Right, so you can do that with 2 packs of these dice.
Not if you get sustained off, Joe.
But not if you get sustained off. So annoying.
This is the thing that you were saying the other day. One of the things you quite liked about the Old World event is, I've got 10 guys that have charged in. That's 10 attacks. There you go, one each.
One each. Yeah, it makes sense to have 16 dice for Old World because you've got fuck all attacks.
Yeah.
Silly.
We've had some chats of the super variety.
I know. I'm going to get my phone out again.
Thank you. Blah, 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 blah. That's how you normally say the name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we are 5 minutes away from the end, which is 5 minutes to go, chat.
Right.
If you've got a question, bang it in now. Thank you so much for all your incredible support. Thank you to everybody who's already done this. But if you haven't already, smash that magical like button for us if you enjoy the content. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, just watching in the background and lurking, and hit that bell notification icon if you want to be notified when we go live in the future. Like tonight at 7:30 when Joe plays Brom, who's bringing another new Orc detachment that he hasn't learnt before or used before, so it definitely won't be a super late one. And that's why Kyle's on the deck and I'm free to go home if I get too tired.
I'm bringing Drakari, so I'm going to try and smash him up as quickly as possible.
I was going to find some. Oh, I think there's some over there. I'm going to try and get the fourth microphone to work because it could be fun tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Thank you, Toxtrio. Battleshock doesn't do enough at the moment. I have Chaos Knights and their army rule and detachment all revolve around Battleshock, and I can't count. I can count on one hand how often it actually did a thing.
I feel like Battleshock is a missed boat. I feel like it's something that could have been like. So AOS have told us they've got rid of morale altogether, which I don't think I'm going to miss whatsoever at all in any shape or form. But when you think about things like Night Lords, I feel like leadership and Battleshock is a thing that could be really cool.
Yeah.
And they could do loads with. And I don't know why or what it is about morale, stroke Battleshock, stroke leadership, but they always seem to really swing and miss.
Yeah.
Now, it could be argued on the whole, if we're pretty honest, that Battleshock is something that in the 41st millennium, for things like Chaos Space Marines or Death Guard or even Astartes, should be relatively irrelevant. It shouldn't exist because guess what? They're a fucking Space Marine. They shall know no fear, right? So why would they run away? And that's why they called it Battleshock instead of morale. And I was like, okay, cool. So maybe they're going to try and modify how it works to make it more relevant to the 41st millennium and this horrific world that we live in. But they kind of haven't. They always kind of miss a little bit. They're like, oh, Battleshock, this is what happens when you fail. Which sounded good, but doesn't really come into play. And then so many leaderships are 6 and 7 that often you don't fail it. So I'm like, okay, do you know what? If I've got 5 Battleshocks to test, often I only want one of them to actually pass. So that's why I'll spend my CP anyway.
Well, it would be like, it would make more sense like if you're going to do like an army that revolves around Battleshock, you go your army whenever you go into combat, your opponent takes a test. If they fail their Battleshock test, like you get +1 to hit, or you get +1 to wound. Or you just get a bonus over them for that one instant.
I didn't want it to go back to old AOS or old Battleshock or morale where you just start losing more models. I hate that. I think that feels bad. And again, it's quite non-interactive. There was an old version of the game where if you failed your morale, you started falling back towards the nearest board edge, and you kept going until you rallied and you passed your morale check. I don't necessarily want that either. I think there's a couple of things they could do. You can't score any kind of victory points whatsoever, primary or secondary, if you're Battleshocked. This is the first thing I would do. You can't be affected by any detachment abilities, army rules, or leader-based abilities.
Yeah.
That way, a Battleshock unit is truly shooketh.
Yeah.
Right? They can't do fuck all. They can shoot their guns. They can swing their swords because that's the very basics a soldier does to operate.
Yeah.
But they can't get any other special rules. That becomes huge. It becomes massive.
Especially
you get your Chaos Knights and you point at Abaddon's unit and you go, Battleshock.
Yeah.
If it goes off, you're going, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's really big at that point.
Yeah, it's like it gives a bit of weight to the stop Battleshock stratagem.
Yeah.
Right? So you're because currently you're like, oh, I'll roll my initiative test. If I fail it, fuck it, I can't hold an objective. Great. Doesn't matter. Right? But then also if you make being Battleshock something majorly devastating, it makes units like commissars and chaplains really important.
They suddenly have the inspiring presence they're supposed to have.
Yeah, because currently a chaplain goes, you're not Battleshocked anymore. So now when you're building your army list, you go, fuck, I've got points to put a captain in, or my 20th captain in my list, or I could put a chaplain in.
Yeah.
Right. Not only does it give me +1 to wound, but that ability just go, you're not Battleshocked anymore.
I agree. I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We could fix this game.
Or a commissar's like, you're dead. Right, everyone's fine. Everyone's back to
Just
normal.
saying, Games Workshop, if you're watching, there are people that you could bring in to help write your rules that are better at this than other people that you've been using so far. Just throwing it out there, right? Cool. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. the Tox Trio, anyway, for the 10. You're a legend.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sven Holio. Surely Harry would play sort of a traitor guard.
No, well, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like he's dressed up like a traitor guard stroke Kriegsman before.
Yeah,
hasn't he?
yeah, he did the Krieg job pretty well actually.
Yeah, the grey, yeah.
Yeah, the armband,
Yeah.
what a lad.
Thanks, Sven, love you.
Yeah.
Beautiful human.
Thank you, Zenith.
Zinth. Zinth 25.
Xylophone. Xylophone 25. I've recommended to several people looking at starting Chaos Space Marine to just eat the $600-ish and get their 2K. They really just need some rhinos and tanks, and after those boxes to go from OK to a great army. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I take the point. Actually, to buy all three of those boxes is expensive. And I would imagine the first two battle forces are going to be limited time only, which is a downside. And that's why it's a downside, because I feel like Games Workshop are missing a trick here, right? Because combat patrols, I feel like what they should have done. I'm not in their marketing team, and I'm not in their retail team. I feel like if they would have been smart, start collecting box at 60 to 70 quid, and then a permanent battle force at 125 plus, which is not named characters, is not a terrible move. Because if you really, unlike the article we read, if you really think about the composition of an army, so that you build both of those boxes, so that there's always stuff in it that people go, this is the scale. I start off with the 60 quid Combat Patrol box, right? And I'm playing Combat Patrol at a much smaller scale than current Combat Patrol. I want to expand my army. There's a £125 battle force, and it's all different stuff that makes sense. I feel like that it's like a layered system to bring people into the game, and it could be really good. Now, to buy all three of those boxes at once, I don't know what it is in pounds. I'm going to imagine the battle forces are 125-ish, right?
Yeah.
So 250 quid, right? And then we're going to imagine the combat patrol is £95 before the 3% price increase, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking 350 quid, right? 350 quid.
Yeah.
350 quid for essentially a whole army doesn't sound too bad in the grand scheme of Warhammer.
Yep.
For a lot of hobbyists, it sounds terrible, but you can buy £500 golf clubs, so shut up. 350 quid for an army with that level of variety and all the good kits, I think it's all right.
I remember when, like 10, maybe like 12-ish years ago, like when you started price up, it was 300 quid, was like, that's how much an army costs.
Oh yeah, Harry and Brom would get on.
Oh yeah.
I've met Prince Harry, lovely guy. Sorry, carry on.
He's nice.
He's a nice guy, yeah. Great out high fives.
Yeah. He's simple, not simplified.
Yeah. Sorry, starting an army would cost how much?
300 quid.
Yeah.
And now you're like, 500 quid.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's 12 years ago, wasn't it? Inflation and stuff.
Do you know what? I don't hate the concept of combat patrol. I don't hate it, but I miss the start collecting. And I feel like the barrier to entry keeps climbing and climbing and climbing. Yeah. Now, if they apply this 3 to 5% increase to Combat Patrol, Combat Patrol currently £90, £95.
300 quid a box.
300 quid a box, absolutely. Right? So I feel like we're missing a stepping stone here.
And it's not like you get a lot.
No. So we're missing a stepping stone. Even if they fix Kill Team so that it was actually a filter of rules into 10th, Kill Team's a box of infantry. Mm-hmm. And then you've got Combat Patrol, which is a big box of 3-4 units, maybe 5 units. They're missing a middle ground. I think they're missing a middle ground here.
Yeah, because like when you go, so when people go, I've got my kill team, spent 30 quid, and you go, cool, I want to go to the next level. Okay, £100. You're like,
yeah, it's a jump in it, right?
Yeah,
100%. It's a big jump,
and that's not including the books, the dice, the tape, like because you need the more terrain. Yeah. On the table, you need more.
I like Mr. Wicked says this thing, which is something I want to say on live on air. See what you think. Maybe you guys should have a special stream once in a while where you try rules ideas you've had, like this, for instance. Yeah. Like we fix Battleshock. We fix blah. That'd be cool. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm into that as an idea. Maybe. Yeah. Do we have? I think we've got another one.
Got one more from Elakman. Elekman.
I love Elekman.
These
he came
guys
from Mr. the Warhipster, don't you know?
Did he?
Big AOS fan.
Did he?
Yeah. Oh. What a legend. Love him.
He's good. I love Josh.
He's all right, yeah.
These Chaos Space Marine releases are so tempting, but I don't really play 40k, and AOS 4 is right around the corner. With 2 armies I want to build expand, is it worth it? I think it's always worth it. If there's there's models you like, I think it's worth getting. I've wanted to get into AOS for years because I really love the models. I kind of put it off and I put it off and I put it off. and now we're really getting into it, and now I'm like, I feel like I missed out. So
Yeah.
like getting into AOS at the end of 3rd edition, having played 3rd edition now, I'm like, this is a great game system. I wish I'd been here at the beginning.
If you're looking at, I'll be honest with you, straight up, if you're looking at getting into Chaos Space Marines for 40k with these new boxes, and my intuition tells me with this new Codex, it's fun.
Yeah.
I don't feel it's going to be broken.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to be so good that everyone hates playing you. It's also not terrible. Right? It's also not a bad. It's not going to be. From what they've shown us on the community page, chat.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's going to be a bad book.
Also, with the price increases, right? There's nothing against if you've got the financial viability to do it. If you don't do this, right? If you've got the financial viability, buy the boxes, shelve them until you need them.
Yeah. I'll put it this way, right? I currently don't have a Chaos Space Marine army. I sold my old Dark Chaos Space Marine army, which was kind of World Eaters, but not World Eaters. I 100%, having seen the releases on the Warhammer community page and looking at these boxes, if I had the money in the bank, all 280 quid of it that I need for both of them, I'd buy both boxes this weekend. I legitimately would, right? 100%. And the book, I think, is going to be a good, fun, middle of the road to higher end. Not like top, but middle of the road to higher end book, which means you're going to have play against most armies, you're going to have fun against most armies, you're not just going to get steamrolled all the time. I feel like this could be cool. So I would, my gut would say, go for it, mate. Yeah. I'd pick up, if, again, I'm thinking they're probably both limited, I'd pick up the Terminator one, not the Cultist one.
The Veterans of the Long War.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah, because
Definitely
some people, there's a lot of people, so talking about Chaos again, there's a lot of people that I know that won't touch anything Cultist. They can be a bit of a nose to build and paint because there's a lot of them and there's a fair amount of detail. Joe asked Sister Peachy the other day, why is it all your sculptors take the models that have got the cost the least amount of points but the most amount of detail on them? It's kind of true. Yeah, so I would buy the Vets box with the Terminators and the Possessed in it and go from there. That's what I would do, because you might choose to add a Daemon Prince and you might choose to, because they're going to release both Chaos Lords on foot eventually anyway. They're going to do that. They'll release them separately as their own kits. So then you can get a Daemon Prince. You don't have to buy all the Cultists. Yeah. And you might not want to touch Raptors or Warp Talons because some people don't.
I personally really don't like the Raptors and Warp Talon models.
Yeah.
It's too much trim on them. I'm using the Night Lords Raptors.
Yeah.
Which I've got 10 of each. I've got 20 Night Lords Raptors. 10 I converted into Warp Talons. 10 are just the Raptors themselves. But there's no reason why you can't just buy the Horus Heresy 10-man jump pack unit and just use the Forge World upgrade packs for the Legion you're using. Because like
100%.
Because you could just buy the Forge World upgrade helmets for the Legion you like. If you want to get the shoulder pads, you can. If not, the Legionnaire box sets and the Chosen box sets come with so many spares that you can literally just tool out any Heresy kit with Chaos bits.
Yeah. Totally fair. It's a massive backlog I want to get through. We're wargamers, Elect Man. Yeah. We all have a massive backlog.
The amount of Chaos Space Marines I have built and not painted is more than what some people have in their entire army.
I feel like we're an unfair, because of the job though, we're an unfair kind of comparison.
But for all of the armies that I do, my Chaos Space Marine backlog is the biggest, and then it's Space Marines. But the Guard backlog is getting there.
Yeah. Thank you for the donate, though, dude. You're a legend. You're all legends for your donations. There's a couple more that have come in,
and
Jay.
then Vlad von Karstein.
Get your teeth in.
The actual Prince of Darkness.
Yes.
He says, sorry I'm late. I hope you fellows are doing well. We're doing lovely because you gifted first 5 gifted memberships.
What a legend.
Which, as we all know, is the fine you pay for turning up late.
Yeah, if you're late, it's normally a 5
or
gifted
if
fine.
you're mad enough to tell us that you're late.
If you're mad enough to say you're late, it's a 5 gifted fine.
Yeah. But I'm excited. I'm not scared anymore. I'm not scared anymore. Is that from Home Alone?
I don't want to be the mermaid anymore.
I'm not. After the Custodes release and after the AdMech release, I'm less worried about Chaos Space Marines.
Because you know you can beat them at least.
Yeah. You can put 2,000 points of Custodes and 2,000 points of AdMech on the table, and you can beat them with 500 points of Guard.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, we are now 10 minutes over, as usual, for the Liam and Joe Show. But thank you so much for all the gifted. We went over 100 gifted memberships on the Liam and Joe Show, which is amazing.
You're all wonderful.
You people are so amazing.
We've got 225 likes.
225 likes as well. We had over 300 people watching on a Thursday, which is mad good. Just proves numbers have been down of late. Like the battle report numbers were down to 350, whereas like 3-4 weeks ago it was like 580.
It's mad, yeah.
And I'm like, what's going on? Why? Why do I can't? I don't. I was going to tomorrow night's After Dark. I was going to be like, YouTube's. I love it, but YouTube's fucking hard would be my title because it is hard. I get stressed so often.
Are you going to tell them it's all their fault?
I'm not going to tell them it's all their fault and put my prices up. No.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that at all. That'd be silly.
But it's weird. Like it's peaks and troughs in it at the moment in terms of viewership. It's all like
I can't figure it out. I
think it's the weather because we had okay weather and people stopped watching. Now it's really sunny. No one wants to be outside because nerds like to hide in the dark.
I don't know.
And we need to get our working lurking t-shirt design now as well.
I can't. It's hard.
Yeah. I think
hard.
A jeans dealer in a white short sleeve shirt with like
a tie
yeah, and glasses on.
A loose, dishevelled tie, like he's fucked.
Yeah.
I'm into it. Yeah, YouTube's hard. But that being said, you guys, like this month has been the worst start to a month I've had in a very, very long time. Worse than January, in fact. But I appreciate you all. So thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate all the gifted. I appreciate all the super chats. I appreciate everything you throw at us. You people are fucking incredible.
We've got
and there's another show tonight at 7:30 where Joe's bringing Drakari against Brom and Orcs. And he's bringing the War Speed thing, Speed Boys or whatever the fuck it's called. So look out for that one. I'll be here as well. I'm going to be hanging around. But we've got another super chat from Ben.
He says, boo, chaos. Let's go to a less controversial subject. Custodes. I love gold. Boo, chaos traitors.
What would custodians have to do if there was no chaos?
Just what they do anyway, stand around doing nothing.
Yeah.
Picking their bums.
Yeah.
Getting all dusty.
Yeah.
You already know, it's all custodes armies are going to do exactly what custodes have been doing for 10,000 years. Stood around doing fuck all.
Yeah.
No one's going to touch them.
Fingering that one custode. Anyway, you people have been amazing. Thank you for hanging out, you wonderful human beings. I hope we see you tonight at 7:30 for another live game of 40k. Tomorrow night, we have the After Dark show at 8:30. I have mead in the fridge, ready to go. What?
You're right.
No, every time I do it, it keeps going woo towards my face. I don't like it. Okay. All right. That's it. Anything you want to say, Joe, before we go?
I've had a lovely time.
And you're excited for Custodians? You're excited for Chaos?
I'm very excited for Chaos. I'm very excited for Chaos. I need to get much Chaos painted in a short period of time. The problem is stuff keeps on coming out that I want to do AOS stuff, but stuff keeps happening that keeps pushing it back. It's very frustrating.
For reference chat as well, the Chaos Codex goes on pre-order on Saturday, which means we will be doing for the next 4 games 4 different Chaos detachments. Which means you're going to have to play Vince on Thursday as our guest.
Yeah, I can do. Maybe we should do a tag team. And then we'll play Warhammer.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye, have a wonderful time.